Peace, my family, and roll back to all those coming out of that good cocoon for the first time. Welcome. This your girl, the butterfly. We about to take off. Let's fly. Just want to send you all that good healing energy your way. Peace, love, happiness, harmony, and abundance. Hope you guys are out there keeping your mind right in that good 9 mind. How y'all feeling? Hope you guys are definitely moving on up in your higher natures and cleansing. Yeah, for sure, cleansing the lows. I came out here today to express, family. How y'all feeling? Hope you guys are taking care of yourselves out here and you're making sure that you're getting your soul right. It's much needed. Now, I just wanted to express a few things to you guys. I know you guys are seeing my channel, and now I'm posting, the teachings as far as a master teacher speaking and teaching on different topics. Now, that is very important on this good journey within. Also, it's very important to listen to the videos. Now, I know that sometimes the videos can be a little muffled because they're older, and this was back in the day, right? So again, family, just remember, at least this is how I do. It's better to listen to it like on a headphone piece. You can hear it better in that way, some of them, right? And some of them, sometimes you can't hear so clearly, but try to get through it as much as you can, get as much as you can from it, because that really does help. Now, I just wanted to say that because it's something about when you hear our master teacher's voice, and of course, being that on the frequencies that he's on, vibrations, you can definitely get in tune in that way as well by hearing him speak and hearing him teach, and it can definitely help you to open up and get back in tune. So it's very much important for you to know that. So yeah, that's why I'm posting now, starting to post some videos that helped me on my good journey within. So, and it's for you as well to check out if you're interested and you don't know much about our master teacher, right, and his teachings. You might actually read the scrolls, but you never actually heard him speak before, right? So it's very important that we put that out there too. So everybody has different methods of learning and how they take in things. So also you can take it in that way as well. There's many ways you can get it in. But yeah, it's important. It's important. So that's why I'm posting that. And yeah, they most definitely, all the videos that I could get to, of course, throughout my journey has helped me a whole lot to get to where I am now, and it definitely helped me to be even more curious about finding even more books and things like that, so I can definitely get more on the topic, so I can learn more about things that I didn't know, and piece it all together. It's just all a big puzzle, really, and it's all coming together for us. It's all needed, for us to eliminate the lies that we've been told our whole lives and conditioned our minds to think a certain way, and it's time to break the spell. And ultimately, throughout the journey and with the teachings, it most definitely raised my consciousness levels up. And I know if you are to do your studying, your research, and your reading and the right knowledge and scrolls and books by our master teacher, the pamphlets of peace by our master teacher, Dr. Malachi, it will too help you as well get your soul right? Because we go through all the scripts in the ancient texts. So what's up, right? We got it all, right? And he translated it into original language. It's everything that you would ever need. Who does that? That's the Most High, family. That's the Most High, family. Who helped you like that? That's the Most High. Remember that. You here and you have help. So don't think that the help is not here. And people pray all the time. I need help. Where's the help? And the help in here, But you have to be able to check things out for yourself and not be listening to, outside, sources and things like that about our master teacher, because his works that most definitely speak for themselves, and it's the truth. And this is again how I got to where I'm at, and it saved my life. So I'm just saying this to let y'all know that he's definitely knows the way back home, in the heavens, and you begin to know this by having your own spiritual journey and experiences that the Most High will begin to open up and show you through time and patience, and you having sincerity, and you're eager to learn, and you want to know more, right? And you're done being lied to about things. See, our culture goes off facts, and science and truth. That's it, right? That's it. And of course, we have to understand who we are. So we have to go, renew our history and know our true history, not the history that they've been taught us our whole life about ourselves, but ancient history and how it all came about. Don't you guys want to know that? If you don't, it's very important. And the reason being is because how are you going to know where you're at today if you don't know about the past and what our descendants has been through and things like that, and how we got in the state that we are in today, so we can correct it, right? And we can learn from it, right? And we don't want to let the past continue to keep repeating itself. So it's very important that we know, and that's what's going to awaken us, and break the chains mentally, break the chains physically and emotionally, and all of those things, to begin to accept things for really what they are and what has happened to us, and begin to be better about it and move as one, and with love and much gratitude, all gratitude, because again, we are our worst enemy. So we have to understand that all we have is each other. And at the end of the day, if we're not moving in that love, if we're not moving in love for one another, regardless of everybody that been through things, everybody that done things, everybody that sin, everybody that done some stuff, okay, that they're not proud of, right? So it's about, knowing, accepting everything that you have done in your life, and, repenting and confessing and cleaning it up. And saying, I'm done living that type of life. I want a whole new life. And when you begin to move that way, you begin to move in your new being and creating your new being. And it's a beautiful thing because, let me let y'all know out here, nobody out here is perfect. Everybody done some things. People can act holier than thou and all this stuff. And let me just sit here and say, our master teacher, he says that he's not even, a holy man. He's angelic being. He's an extraterrestrial, and that's just what I can say to relate, in these days and times, right? He's so much more. But again, we have to understand that the Most High is God an extraterrestrial? I'm just saying, let's be for real. Yes, okay. So remember, and y'all think this extraterrestrial thing is something that's so far-fetched, when the reality is, again, I'm gonna say this again, we are on a planet, family. And extraterrestrial only means that beings are not, particularly from this particular earthly realm. That's it. It's not all this spookism stuff, right? It's reality, right? We are on a planet, and it's life in many different species outside of this planet that we may not know anything about, and some do, but you know what I'm saying? It's life on other planets, family. Is what I'm saying. We are not the only people. The universe goes on to boundlessly. The universe is boundless. You think you the only people here? Let's be for real. I'm just saying, let's be for real, okay? Be for real. And again, that's what Omnipotent Jesus, Joshua, Tammuz, Haru, was here to tell us, like, he's not from here. So where is he from, right? Like, you know. So it's just like, if he's not from here, then where he from, and where he living? Where he's at? The heavens, right? And the heavens are not here on this planet, right? I'm just saying, where the heaven, constellations, galaxies, other planets, family. So I'm just saying, I don't know, to me it sound like, yeah, the light bulb moment for me, yeah, that's right. But then to others, I didn't have experiences where I'm explaining this and they're looking at me like a deer with the headlights on. So I'm just laughing, because not in a laugh like haha laugh, but like, just making the situation a little bit lighter, because some people may look like, well, what, but again, people tend to forget that we are living on a planet, family, and it's not that far-fetched. We're on a planet, y'all forgot. All right, now, there's many things in this universe, I'm just saying, just saying. But anyway, let's get back, down to earth real quick. I don't want to, go that far right now, any further than I already have. Okay, for now. But yeah, let's just working on you and learning who you are and your identity and all of this, right? That's the whole point of it all. You must know the truth about your identity, who you are, and again, it's about accepting who you are, because that's what the Most High has created you to be. That's at your highest state, right? Your godly state. That's at the highest form of your being, within your higher self. That's a beautiful thing. That's where it's at. So, and that's at your best, and your highest potential, when you begin to move in that and knowing that, right? It's very important. So when you begin to move in how the Most High wants you to move and live your life in that way, cleaning it up, not getting so attached to the world and breaking away from it, literally, because that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to eliminate all these things, getting outside of the box, eliminating person, places, and things that are no longer aligned with your path, right? On the right path. That's what this is about. And it's a painful experience, because again, you're attached to the world, you're attached to people, you love people, but again, everybody has to make their own choices for themselves and choose to move how they do, and that's all on everyone, right? And their free will, what they choose to do for their life, right? And you have to do what you have to do for yours, and it's your purpose to live in the way the Most High wants you to live, right? And it's not about anyone else's opinions about what you choose to do with your life. You listening to the Most High, and you following instructions, and you doing what you know you came here to do. That's all that matters, because then you begin to fulfill your purpose here, because that's the reason why you're here. Getting back to the Most High, you fulfilling your purpose so you can move on, easily through the realms onto the higher realms of existence. When you begin to know and not fear, that you've been living your life the right way, you won't fear when that time comes for you. You will know. And again, another thing, people be talking about these raptures and things like that and all of that. No one knows, when that time is, that judgment day, that time, but again, our master teacher taught us, about different, pickup times for the 144,000 and things like that, but judgment day for the whole world, that's, a whole nother shebang, right? No one knows that time. But as far as the pickups and things like that for the 144,000, to prepare and things like that, that's a different ordeal. And he's written in his books those things for us to know and be aware of, in that time, right? Or for that time. So it's very important for us to know those things as well, because it's 144,000, right? And then also it's beings among the 144,000, so it's just not 144,000. It can be beings among the 144,000 if you make yourself among the 144,000, which is basically getting yourself right, just like the 144,000, which is living how you're supposed to be living, right? And knowing that, because you must know the truth, be made free to break the chains spiritually and to release you from this realm and moving on up into the higher realms of existence, family. That's where it's at. That's the direction you need to go. That's where it's at. That's where you need to be, back home, right? Within the stars, Nibiru, right? And on home. So again, it sounds, it may sound a little simple, but it's not when you begin to see how attached you are to real, and that begins the journey, right? The journey begins when you see how attached you really are and how much you really do have to break away from those different, patterns and how much we've been taught. And that's why it's so crucial to get with yourself and begin to live your life for you and don't care about what anyone has to say about it, because you know what the Most High is telling you. And as you begin to read and get the right knowledge, which is the missing link to our people, you begin to see and understand why lies were told and why it's very important for you to know who you are so you can begin to live your true way of life. Nuwapu. Alright? So it's very important to understand where these religions came from and leading on up to where it all came from. Egypt. I keep saying this because it's very important. And we have to understand this. In order to know this, though, that's why it's so important to study and get the right knowledge, because the Most High has given us our master teacher, Dr. Malachi to break it down for us like no other. So it's very important for us to know these things. And that's what it's all about. That's what it is. Know the truth and it will make you free. Quite simple, right? And of course, people so now worried about a lot of other different things that's happening in the world and things like that. And let me just say this as well. You have to really focus on, I keep saying this, yes, it's a lot of things that's going on, a lot of events happening and things like that, certain things that have to play out the way that they do. Know that the Most High is in control over everything, right? So it's up to you to really just focus on you and get yourself together, right? Because again, you focusing on that and that may be stressing you out. You focusing on all these other things that may be stressing you out. But again, family, what the Most High tell you to do from the jump? He says, seek ye first the kingdom, right? So you have to be in the kingdom, seeking the kingdom, getting your soul right, and his righteousness, and then everything else will be added onto you, right? So that's what the goal is. That's how you're supposed to be living your life, not worrying about all these different events, because that will definitely stress you out, right? Because you already know that these things has to happen, right? And it's up to us to see these things happening, and when the time comes and when the time needs to us to stand up for those things that's happening for our rights and things like that, you have to stand up for that and come together and say no, because your silence is like you saying you agreeing to these things. You have to speak up. You have to say, no, we ain't doing this, and be about that life, like we ain't doing this, right? But meanwhile, also in knowing and not getting sucked in it all, of course paying attention to the events that's happening, but not getting sucked in it where it takes you away from the reason why you're truly here, is what I'm trying to tell you, right? You got to stay focused on why you're truly here, okay? And that is getting prepared and getting yourself right, living the way that the Most High told you to live in the first place, because family, that is your best life. I'm just saying, that's your best life. That's living your best life. Okay? And everything else will come to you in time. Everything else will flow to you, right? That's how it goes. So, hope you guys know this. But again, I'm just telling y'all, if you don't, now you know. Alright? So again, that's why it's so important to get those grows is on the channel. That's the true treasure out here in this planet. If you only knew. Alright. So, again, family. Begin to spread that love, family. It's very important because that's going to move you on up into the higher realms of existence as well. Much faster, of course. Because, again, you have to break free from the lower vibrational energies. You know, the fear, the hate, all those things that people vibing on these days. You know, you have to be able to move in love, family, no matter what. That's at its highest. Because the higher knowledge is love. At the end of the day, most high is love. Remember that. So if you begin to move in that and be true to yourself, because we are love beings and we have that love inside of us because the Most High is inside of us. And when you begin to break away from the devil's ways and his playground of games, you begin to see life for what it truly is. And it's so much love in it. It's truly a gift to exist. And it's for you to show all gratitude to the Most High. Anu, El, most glorified and exalted. It's real, family. So, again, know that you are loved beyond this world. And in it, begin to spread that love one to another. Be the peace that you seek. Release our master teacher, Dr. Malachi El. Peace, shalom, divine love, family, and wadu. And it's all love.